Hello guys, this is CC, and as requested, I'm gonna be talking about the Black Records. What does that entail, and what's it tell us? You can collect these books in Koshu 2 on the new playthrough. You start a new playthrough, you can collect these books, and have Thomas, which is your literature teacher on Thor, tells you he kind of like encrypted so you'll be able to read it. And what does that entail is it tells us about the War of the Lions, how it came to be, how it happened, with a lot of details, a lot of hidden in details that the game really doesn't tell you about. It tells you all the big secrets. So I'm gonna go over them, all 5 of them. I'm gonna summarize for you guys, and we're just gonna go from there. There's a couple of references which is I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna show you guys the clips. So the first one is mostly about, I guess it says this, it's about 2 great gods that they were fighting, and eventually one of them fall down. It says here the opposing nature incompatible, the 2 were drawn irresistibly into battle, thus began to struggle that shook heaven and earth. The goddess and the spirit elements were forenade. As the land quaked, the sky were torn asunder, and the god's kin could only tremble in fear. So it pretty much how it kind of like gives you like a big summary of how Erebonia came to be. It uses a lot of big words, so you can't really make out much of this first record. So let's go to the second one. I think the second one is where things get interesting actually. In the second one, he tells us about a dragon named Soro Agruga. Soro Agruga is this boss. I'm gonna show you guys the clip right now on Kosio 1. It's this weird. It is referred that it's a dragon. It's this well, when you fight on the Kosio, it's like this bone-looking dragon, and like it has all this dark spirit. So basically, when people found Haindar, this dragon was kind of like around Haindar. It was spreading this weird miasma and like controlling the dead and all of that. So this is how the second record mostly is talking about the different emperors, like how they deal with it. And then I believe it says here, let me see, which of the emperor actually fought this guy. Hector, the one. He was the guy that went and confronted the dragon, and he uses the Erebonia 9. Erebonia 9 Testa Rosa is the huge knight that we fought in Kosio 2 in the end, but this is not the correct version of it. This is actually a divine knight. This is one of the divine knights, and he was able to pretty much defeat the Dark Dragon. It is the Dark Dragon. So. And then when he defeated the dragon, Soragruga, apparently the corrupted blood that floated from the dragon claimed Hector's life and defiled even the knight itself, placing a curse upon it. So yeah, the curse is, you guys saw in Kosio 2 in the end when the divine knight took control basically of the prince, and it just went rampage on the whole city. And then the noble Tessero become the Crimson Calamity, a dragon with 1,000 weapons that only reacts to the blood of the Honor family, a destructive force on par with the Dark Dragon that should control of it ever be lost, will threaten the world and all who live in it. It was still deep underground, never intended to again see the day of the light. And then it says here, meanwhile, a new seed rose from the ashes of the old, and people once again began to gather in Haindar. And that was when the Vermilion capital that ensures to this day was first built. So it was sealed away when it was like going nuts in control. So yeah, this is basically the second Black Record. Just pretty much tells you about the dragon, which I didn't think it was gonna play a role in the Erebonia history, but it did. So let's go for the third one. This is where when the new emperor. But then the Emperor Valius 5 passes away, and this is where shit gets crazy. So this Emperor Valius 5 was the ruler of, he was apparently the ruler, but he had a lot of wives. So basically what ended up happening is that all the different wives started fighting for the throne. They want to be like, hey, but my son is also the son of him. And then apparently, I think there was like five five? It was 5 wives. I do not remember if it was 5 wives. Let me see something here. It was a lot of people trying to gain control of the throne, because you get control of the throne, you get, basically, you get a lot of power. So basically, what ended up happening is that the 3 princes, hold on, it says the Kosovo clan and 3 other princes named themselves to be the new emperor. So yeah, they were just competing, and one of them got hold of the divine knight, Rebellion Knight, which is it's not tinted by the blow, saw the light. Yeah, and this is when they released the divine dragon, when it was already tainted by Sora Gruga. Saw the light of the day once more. It was a match strength under his control. Authors decimated his greatest opponent in one sweep, and the fifth prince Gunnar was defeated. So yeah, he started using the part of the divine knight, and so started taking everybody out. And this is the biggest part of the black suit or the black records is it's this part right here when one of the princes comes with another divine knight named Palatinate. Palatinate. I don't know how you pronounce that, but basically it's another divine knight, which is unfortunate. We don't know where he found that knight. We don't know any details yet. I do know that in Cold Steel, the Cold Steel 3 trailer, there's a knight that they show, a divine knight, when Campilla and my burn are like showing off, like that, let's fight or whatever. There's like a divine knight behind them. So it could be this knight that this Black Record is telling us about. But anyway, without going off track here, the Prince Lucius the sixth and the youngest of the founding brothers, with his power he was able to defeat the army. Yeah, he was able to defeat the army, the second prince. And I guess this is when they still haven't crashed yet, they still haven't fought it, but he started using this divine knight to take control of some defeat some of the armies of Orthodox. And then alright, let's go to the third one. I mean the fourth one, Black Records. So this is when the Prince Dracus, let me talk about this guy one more second. Prince Reiker was not in Erebonia when this is happening. He was in Nord, to be exactly. He kind of wanted to stay away from, he kind of like did not want to be responsible for the whole empire. He did not want to be involved in any of that. So it says here, 3 years prior he had reached to the land of Nord, where he remained ever since. So he was there the whole time. So he became friendly with those people in the North. That's how in the story, when you see the flashback, you see the people in North helping him. And then I guess his mom, when his mom passes away, she ended up telling him like, the blood flowing through you will not allow you to turn back on the Empire's suffering. And Prince Reiker had turned those words. Yeah, he started repeating those words over and over again in his head, and then he basically decides to go to the Empire basically, and just kind of form an alliance. And basically the people of North started following him. They're like, hey man, we're gonna help you take back the Empire, we're gonna help you fight this war, blah blah blah. So they just went and departed with 17 men under his command. Only 17. That's nothing, man. That's like a crowd of people. That's not even an army. So they just depart, and he just hit. It's gonna be Dracus, Roland, which was a knight from North, and 17 men. So there will be 19 of them in total. And then the fifth book, which is the biggest one that reveals the most information, this is when Prince Dracus were in, he went and trying to fight Orthos and his Rebellion Knight, and the sixth Prince Lucius, and he had the Palatinate Knight. This is when shit goes crazy basically. Before Dracus faces Orthos, he sees this woman, he encountered this woman, the daughter of Count Sandlot, who hailed from the lakeside town of Legram. Her charismatic personality and peerless skill with the lance earned her the leadership of a band knight known as the Gralsritter, a moniker Lance Maiden. Her name was Lion Sandlot. I'm gonna show you a screenshot of how this lady looks on the flashback. I remember there's a little flashback, so I'm gonna show it to it right now. She kind of looks like the second Anguist of Ouroboros. there's a lot of theories going on that she is actually the Lance Maiden, like she hasn't died all these years later. It could be I say it could be a descendant, but man, there's a lot of stuff in chosen this in the Legend of Heroes series that it could be, it could be true. But anyway, even though they come from it says here, even though they might come from different background, they decided to join forces, and one by one they started freeing cities in town. I guess cities in town from the from the war and shit. So after the two of them, along with the warriors of North, the ancient leader, and all the other people of the nation who harsh their mood, liberated one town after another, like I said, and were eventually successful in persuading even Prince Lucius, owner of the Paladin Knight, to fight for their cause. So this is when basically a whole army with the Paladin Knight, with the other prince, they started to join forces. And this is when the face emperor, I guess Orthus, he elevated the course of the Vermilion Knight to even greater power, to godhood, and this is when the Vermilion Apocalypse was created. This is the type of Divine Knight we fought in Cosio 2, the Vermilion Apocalypse, which is it's just like in Cosio 2. It's just said in the black books on here. It says that the castle, the huge castle we explore in Cosio 2, and then a bunch of weird enemies started showing up, and it started sucking up the people's souls and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you guys the clips of that also in Cosio 2. You guys can see like this little clip, people's souls are being taken away, and then Thomas, he's like, if you concentrate your mana on your chest, I think it was on your chest, I think it was on your chest, you should be able to fight it off, because it was sucking everybody's mana basically. This castle, or I guess you should say Vermilion Apocalypse. And then the book says here in the beginning, defeat scenes up were inevitable for Prince Reiker, the Lance Maiden, and their followers, but they refused to give up. Following the guidance of the kindly wish, this is one of the witches from the Hexen clan, the clan from Emma and Vita comes from. It says kindly wish, but we know for which clan is it. Kindly wish, which they were led to a great knight which slumber of the outskirts of Handor. The great knight they're talking about here is a divine knight, which is Valimar. Drakus took control. We know that he took control of Valimar through the help of the wish. They don't know. They don't say who the witch is. They don't know. It doesn't show their name. Just says kindly wish. So we know it's from the Essex clan due to the Cold Steel revealed that to us. After becoming a trial, they were able to claim the Ashen Knight. Yeah, the Ashen Knight is power. With it in hand, along with their many supporters and the army of Prince Lucius, they marched on the capital for the final time, eventually making their way to the castle at its center. 3 days later, on the 4th of July, year 952, the castle banished from existence and the city was liberated. So what happened here is Drakus joined forces with Lucius with the Divine Knight and fought the Vermilion Apocalypse, which they were able to defeat it, I guess, with both of them. Let me tell you guys about the aftermath of the war. As you guys know, Drakus became the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia. The bloodline of Orthus became the lords of the House of Kanye, and Lance Maiden was promoted to the rank of court. Shortly after the war, this is the big catch, guys. Shortly after the war, Lance Maiden died mysteriously, and Valimar was still away in old schoolhouse. The biggest point here, it says that Lance Maiden died mysteriously, but it doesn't tell us how she died, where the body is buried, because we need to know these things. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that the second Anguish is Lance Maiden, but it's kind of weird because she calls her army. What she calls her army? Her army is called Star Reader, which is another different name. So it could be the same person, then decides to call her army a different name. But I'm just gonna leave it there. This is all just speculations. But yeah, this is basically the main thing of the Black Records. It tells you how how the war really came to be, because in the history, when you hear the lectures of Thomas, the book says that he was held by many, but it really doesn't tell us that there was divine fucking, that was robot fighting, that was the huge big thing that was going on. Now, before I go and end this video, I want to talk about another thing that happened with Thomas. I want to talk about Thomas Lysander, since he helped us decipher the black records. Thomas, when you read all the black records, you can talk to him for seeing like on top of door on the school, and he will reveal to you that he is the Gralsritter, the second in command of the Gralsritter, and he's called the Partitioner. He is the second in command, so that means that he is as powerful. He's gotta be like, his power ability, he's gotta be the same. He's gotta be above an enforcer. So he's really powerful. He's just being, I guess he hides his entire identity during the entire Cosio series. I know he was kind of like, I know that he had a weird background, because I remember when with the miasma in the end of Cosio 2 was taking everybody's soul. He's like, oh man, I guess I gotta stop playing ignorance. And he tell everybody, hey, just focus your mind on your chest. I knew that ever since that little scene. Yeah, he was suspicious, I guess I can say. I know he was kind of like suspicious, so that's a bit plot. I'm gonna be talking about the Gralsritter later in another video, which I'm gonna be releasing soon. I'm gonna be talking about more in depth about who are these people and all that. So just keep it in mind that he's a second in command, that he's the number 2 of the Dominion. So also, guys, I want to say that when you finish talking to Thomas and you leave, he says that there is 7 Divine Knights. So there is 7 Divine Knights, and we only have seen 2. We only see Ordine and Valimar. Actually, we have seen 3: Ordine, Valimar, and the Vermilion Knight. So there's gonna be 4 more that we gotta see that they haven't shown yet. So it should be interesting who's gonna be the Awakener and all that. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope that the Black Records. Also, I want to say one more thing about the Black Records. We don't know who brought the Black Records yet. Like, we collect them in the Cosio 2 second playthrough. You collect them, but it doesn't really tell us who brought the Black Records. Probably from the Hessen clan, actually, now that I think about it, because I'm pretty sure Vita said that the Hessen clan has been out for like before the Septian calendar, before the series began and everything, before Dreykus, before the War of the Lion War, the Hessen clan was always there. So I'm pretty sure it was probably from the Hessen clan that brought the Black Record. So, but that's just a theory. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. I know it's a little bit a long one, me talking about the Black Records, but one of you guys were requesting, a couple of guys were requesting me to play the second playthrough, but I feel like it was all for the Black Records. So alright, guys, I'm gonna end the episode right here. The commercial tactic, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Gotcha.